Good morning, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. I hope all of you guys are doing well. Welcome. If you're new here, this channel, Modern Metaphysicae, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back and hanging out. I thought today we would do another episode of upcoming and new releases in occult books and tarot, where I share with you all of the things that have caught my eye and my attention over the past month that I have likely pre-ordered or am heavily considering doing so. Yeah, some of you guys were a little off with your predictions. We had the beanie hat today and the owl mug for the hat, no hat, and mug predictions. Somebody got the owl mug, I think, or somebody got the hat correct. I remember seeing. So anyways, I hope everyone's doing well. As always, guys, with these live streams, if you are interested in any of the things I'm sharing today, you can find links in the description box down below. Down there, you'll find all the links where you can reach out and connect with me, including my social media, as well as a link to my personal website where you can book a tarot reading with yours truly. Down there, you'll also find information about Scala Metaphysicae, which is our channel membership program. If you see anybody in chat with a colored name and a little icon next to their name, they are a member of our channel membership program, and I really appreciate each and every one of you, so thank you. You get access to all kinds of cool things like a community Discord server, monthly tarot scope readings, lunar tarot spreads by yours truly. You also get access to our book club, which we call Study Hall, which we are going to wrap up this month. The vote on whether or not to do one or two sessions has come to a tie, and I'm going to tie break it, and we're gonna knock it out of the park. We also have the cult of the potato. Yes, that is a thing. So yeah, I hope all of you guys are doing well, and I have a lot of cool things to share with you. If you guys have questions or comments or anything you want me to see or read in chat, be sure to do at Modern Metaphysicae. It will highlight it on the screen for me, or put it in all caps or something. Sometimes chat does get busy, so if I miss something, please feel free to keep posting in chat, because I do miss things occasionally. So yeah, let's see. Let's get started here. I gotta pull up my notes and make sure that I am looking at the right stuff here, because that's important. We are gonna start off with oh goodness, is this, hold on, there we go. We are gonna start off with books. Oops, I am on the struggle bus today. All right, not this camera, this camera. There we go. So I did a little upgrade. We've got a little round version of me now. I hope you guys like it. This was after we had some technical difficulties for a couple live streams where the cameras were not behaving the way they should. So um but the first book I wanted to bring to everybody's attention is this book, The Anubeon by Robert Rubin, who's done a couple tarot decks. This is an author that was unfamiliar to me, but it's popped up in a couple of different places now. I think I saw it on Foolish Fish's channel. I saw it somewhere else. I think I saw it on Facebook. A few people are talking about it. It looks really interesting. It kind of follows this tradition of devotional grimoires that we've been getting towards specific deities and spirits, which I am all for. So this is drawing on the pyramid texts, coffin texts, and the Book of the Dead, as well as the Egyptian magical papyri. This one-of-a-kind tome offers reconstructed rituals, translated spells, and practical rites rooted in ancient sources, designed for both devotional practitioners and serious occultists. The Anubeon serves as a bridge between timeless funerary wisdom and living magical practice. So this looks really interesting to me. I really like all of the in terms of like my own personal practice, obviously being someone who is deeply rooted in Hermeticism, I deal a lot with the Greco-Roman and Egyptian pantheons. So I will definitely be checking this one out. It looks really, really cool. There's not a whole lot of details on it, but the cover is is pretty. So I will be keeping my eye on this one for certain. So keep your eyes peeled for this one if this is up your alley. Um, Next up, we have a good old advertising, a book from National Geographic on Magick. So this one kind of shook me, and I had to share it because I just like been a long time enjoyer of Nat Geo. They they're they're a classic. I grew up on like zoo books and Nat Geo and stuff, so I always just like peruse the Nat Geo stuff every once in a while, and this popped up, and I was like, a book about the occult from Nat Geo. Really interesting. So, this basically is kind of like one of those big coffee table books, which I enjoy. I love these kinds of things. Lots of photographs and illustrations and things like that. The book illuminates this enthralling world across more than 90,000 years of history. You'll meet witches and wizards, healers and alchemists, discovering legends behind them and how they enriched modern culture. You'll also encounter a host of spellbinding subjects, and there's all kinds of stuff. So there's magic and pop culture. So obviously this is a much more kind of like practical pop culture-y lens to the subject. So yeah. Oh, it looks fun and not terribly expensive. Only $35 for um the text of visual history. So I'm gonna check this one out because I kind of like these kind of books. There's always some diamonds in the rough, as they say, right? I too love a good coffee table book, Lexi. Yes, yes. All right. So there's that. Um, Next up, this one caught my eye and my attention. So this is um Aleister Crowley's Mysticism, a Practical Guide, being written by Marco Visconti, being published by Watkins Publishing. Watkins actually does not have anything about this on their website when I was looking. So when this popped up on my like for you on Amazon, I was quite surprised. I was like, how have I not heard about this? I do remember Marco putting out like a little blurb that he said he was working on another Crowley book, but we get some details now, which is really exciting. So it's going to focus on the Holy Guardian Angel experience. It's also going to deal with Thelema as well as exploring the wisdom embedded in the major arcana of the Thoth Tarot. And yeah, there's going to be some sort of alchemical references to Thelema in this. So I'm very, very interested in this. It's forwarded by Matt Aron. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to say the very least. This looks like another great book from Marco, who has written a number of amazing titles. So I will definitely be checking this one out. This one's right up my alley. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree with Tom here. So his first book was definitely a easy kind of beginner's approach to Thelema. And it's definitely, I think, up there in terms of approachability. So I like his writing style. I agree. He has a very like conversational approach to things, which I really appreciate. And the book cover looks awesome. Like this is a cool cover. So yeah, I think a lot of people are in that same boat. So this one I'm very excited for. Aleister Crowley's Mysticism, a Practical Guide. Go check that out. All right, next up we have a new book from AON Publishing. This one caught my attention as well. It's written by John Michael Greer, who is another prolific writer, somebody who I have an immense respect for. He is presenting a book called Revisioning the Tree of Life, a new Cabala for magic, meditation, and pathworking. A radical new understanding of the Cabala that sheds light on its Pythagorean, Platonic, and Gnostic roots. Drawing on his 3 decades of experience in occult traditions, John Michael Greer presents a revolutionary paradigm that gives fresh perspective to the esoteric wisdom of the Cabala, a subject that is often obscured by conflicting ideas and histories. So this just caught my attention strictly from a ooh, like, what's this kind of perspective, right? Like, Kabbalah is one of those topics that many authors, I think, very rarely want to like wade into, because it is sort of torrid, right? It's quite complex, and it's, there's a lot of debate amongst things, and so we don't get like a lot of like deep thinking when it comes to Kabbalah. It's all very kind of rote. And so this one looks very intriguing. Whether or not I will agree with some of this is a whole nother subject matter, right? But in terms of like just sheer, that looks interesting. This is definitely on the top of my list. So, hello. No worries about being late. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this one up and check this one out. So, um, if this is of interest to you, it should be available in September. So, yeah. Divided into 3 parts, the book covers the philosophical principles of Kabbalah, then does a deep dive into its symbolism, and concludes by covering practical aspects, which include meditation, ceremony, active imagination, the body of light, and pathworking. So, yeah, I'm very cautiously optimistic about this one. So go check that one out if you haven't done so already. All right, and then last but certainly not least in the book category, Three Hands Press is publishing the next Frater book, which is The Olympic Spirits, Paracelsus Practice of the Inner Stars. That is really hard to say. You've only had like 3 sips of coffee. Oh my goodness, you guys. This this I'm very excited for. It's been on pre-order for quite some time now, I think. Yeah, even Tom's saying it's been on pre-order for months. But yeah, this one looks really interesting. I'm very, very intrigued by this. It's slated to come out in March of 2025, but it is not. It's past March of 2025 now. Um, yeah, this looks really interesting though. So, yeah. It's delayed till September now. Okay. Yeah, this looks so this I think this was on my list of things to check out, and then it just kind of like fell off into the background, but it popped up yesterday for me, in fact, in a newsletter, and I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this. But I'm very, very interested in this. The biological The biographical approach examines the often larger-than-life personality of Theophrastus Bombatus von Hohenheim, aka Paracelsus, the creator of the term Olympic spirits and the radical new magic concept behind it. Historically, the book details the transformation of the Olympic spirits have undergone as they migrated to different books and manuscripts over the past 5 centuries, constantly transformed and evolving with each recension into new forms and magical operations. So, yeah, the Olympic spirits are a huge cornerstone of Western occultism. Paracelsus is a huge figure in Western occultism and esotericism, and so I'm definitely interested in this. Frater work has always been fascinating and deeply intellectual. So I'm very intrigued to check this one out. Say that 5 times fast, right? Yeah, especially without coffee. Oh goodness. Um, so yeah, those are all the books that I have on my list of what I am super duper excited for. Is there anything that anyone has in terms of books that they're very excited for? Feel free to share in chat, or post in the comment section if you are I know I can't even say it one time slow without coffee. Oh my goodness. Story of my life. You missed the Marco Visconti conversation. Oh no. I had a feeling you would definitely be grabbing that one, Patrick. So, yeah, lots of cool books coming out. Not a ton, like there's not a ton. It's really interesting to see how the political sphere right now is impacting the number of things that we're getting. So, Cult of the Black Cube reprint, yeah, we've talked about that. That's I think a lot of people are impatiently waiting for that. That's for sure. Any other books people are super excited for? Or that they've recently got that they're enthralled with? Well, I drink more of my caffeine if I can get myself caffeinated in time for tarot. All right, friends, let's check out the tarot section. Tom's in the midst of She of the Night right now. Ooh, I didn't pick that one up. I just ultimately decided not for me. Two Esoteric Tarots is really good, yeah. That's a good one. Tarot of the Holy Light is amazing. That's a classic at this point. Oh, you picked up the wow, you found that? That's impressive. That's exciting. Oh, you snagged it off of 8 Books. Very nice. Very nice. 8 Books is a wonderful resource, by the way. If you guys are book lovers and you're looking for things that are out of print or obscure, 8 Books is a really wonderful resource to find some stuff. All right, let's dive into tarot. Some people have already picked up on this first one, which I'm personally like stoked. Well, I already have it. We'll check it out here in a second. But this one, you guys, this one, oh my goodness, chef's kiss to this one. Like, holy crap. Um, Daniel Martin Diaz has shadow dropped, I guess, a color version of his Earth Magic Tarot. So when people were getting their editions of the Myth Oracle, which is amazing, you guys, like if you don't have the Myth Oracle, go get it. It's super good. He included some cards from this new color edition of his Earth Magic deck, and like I don't ever remember seeing anything from him in regards to whoops. I just want to try and get this camera working so we can actually take a look at it. Why is it so maybe not? We might not be looking at it on this one. I don't remember him like saying he was gonna do this. I don't remember like a newsletter being like, "Oh yeah, I'm working on a colored version of the deck." My camera here is being cranky. What is going on? I don't know if my overhead camera. Oh, there it goes. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then we just got to make things a little bit brighter. My power went out yesterday at some point, and it of course, when the power goes out, everything like resets to defaults. And I just realized that affected this camera. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna zoom in so we can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna get both of these here so that we can check them out. So I did instantly pick this up when I found out that it was a thing. So this is the original box um, with the original deck. These are the backs. And then and I will say my initial reaction to this was I like the colored version much better. So the cardstock is exactly the same. It's that linen pagan otherworlds. In fact, I have my pagan otherworlds here because these three just go beautifully hand in hand together. So the cardstock's exactly the same. The backs are different, of course. I actually prefer the color backs as well, although these are nice. But the entire deck has been colorized. So you can see here. Actually, let's do this one over here so that it doesn't get hidden by but you can see now there is something really charming still about the original deck, that kind of sepia old paper vibe that's going on, but I still really prefer the color version. um it's the colors are just, they're really soft and muted. They go really well. He doesn't use like a massively expansive palette. Um, I'm just kind of quietly in love with this, to say the least. Um, you can see he's also done a couple things. So there's this like line through this card here, which he has omitted from the colored version. Empress. Now I will say, so the Myth Oracle is in that kind of sepia tone, but you can still use it. And as I suspected, so that the promo cards he sent out were like glossy on like glossy cardstock. Um, but the Myth Oracle here, definitely kind of has that same vibe to the original. So if you're someone who likes to be very matchy, but you can see that it still goes really well with the color version. It's amazing. It adds something to it, I think, in terms of like symbolism. Um it makes certain symbols in the cards pop out. Like here in the lovers, you can see the apples and the skull, really, that the like upside down skull in the tree kind of really pops out, and as well as the eye, right? Like here too in the chariot, right? That solar disc around the face is really predominant, really pops. Yeah, really cool. I'll have to do like a full like side by side review of these two, but the color version is here. You can pick it up. It was definitely a little bit of a shadow drop. I was really surprised when this came out. So everybody was talking about it. I was like, "What? What do you mean there's a color version? There was no like newsletter." Yeah. Why just have one when you can have both? Santa emoji. uh Cosmic's gonna be Santa Claus for everyone and get us both. Have I happened to see the Nova Mundus Thoth? I have not. Is that something I should look into? Nova Mundus Thoth Tarot. I don't think I've seen that. I will check it out though at some point. So yeah, New Earth Magic Tarot Color. Go check it out. It's amazing. Next up, I wanted to talk about a Kickstarter that I am super excited for. This is the Secret Garden tarot, which has kind of a Victorian vibe to it, which I am super loving. The artwork is really beautiful. It's digitally painted. And yeah, it's really gorgeous. Like here's one of the original sketches. This is by Una in Space, who has already created some amazing tarot decks. But this looks really beautiful. I'm super excited. Look at this Judgment card. Oh, yeah. And I love the inclusive, like the way she's included flowers and like flower language into the cards. Like I am very, very excited for this one. It looks really beautiful. Look at these cards. Oh my goodness. This is the cloth, I believe. There is a art guidebook, which is really lovely. Um, there's a really cool calendar, which is kind of cool, and a little like stitched notebook slash tarot book, the Secret Garden Tarot Journal, postcards, all kinds of goodies. There's all kinds of stuff. But lots of different options. I will say one thing that I really appreciate about her Kickstarters is that she does a good job of, like, you could just back the deck itself because like everybody wants a deck, right? Like nobody's not gonna like just back not the deck, right? So you can back just the deck itself, and then say you just want the calendar, for example. You can add on just the calendar, or you can add on just the nice hardcover guidebook, which is what I did. Um, so you can pick and choose from, like, you don't have to like dig through all of the like bundles, but I will say that if you're gonna get a bunch of stuff in the bundles, check, because I think she does give you a better deal when you pick up one of the bundles as opposed to just kind of going through and building your own bundle. But her Kickstarters are really well designed in that it's really easy to just kind of get the bits and pieces if you want. You can pick up a mini version of the Tarot Obscuro. And this I did want to highlight. So if you're someone who enjoys mini decks in a tin, here's a chance to get that. There's that, which is new. I love this red gilding on the deck. So all of the fun stuff. Go check this one out. Very, very excited for this one. It looks absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The Secret Garden Tarot. Okay, and then next up we have so this one just closed funding, but I wanted to let people know to keep an eye on this one in terms of the kind of background stuff. This is the Shining Stars Tarot. It closed funding this morning, I think. But like many Kickstarters, a lot of these creators will do like additional cells and stuff afterwards. And this one completely flew under my radar, so I just wanted to give it a shout out. Hopefully this is something that people can follow along with and pick up a copy of. But it looks really beautiful. I really loved the kind of graphic design of the artwork. The gilding looks really cool. It's definitely like a softer palette, very illustrative. Yeah, it looked good. So I wanted to kind of highlight this. Yeah. Some astrology dice. We like those. So yeah, go check this one out. They've created a number of decks, including the Cat Tarot and things like that. So it looks cool. There's that. Okay. And then next up, we have the Akasha Oracle. So this is Rockpool. And I was really impressed by Rockpool's latest deck, one of their latest decks that they came out with, which is this Folklore Oracle. Really surprised. The quality of this was amazing. Um, like the guidebook was great, the cardstock and the gilding was really nice. Like Rockpool stepped it up, you guys. So if you haven't been checking out Rockpool stuff, go check it out. But this one looked really, really interesting to me in terms of like a concept for a deck. Um, so this is kind of like a past life oracle. And I love the like kind of the like monochromatic coloring situation in the pencil drawings and stuff. I thought that was really beautiful. So the artwork stunning. If it stays true to the cardstock that we've seen them producing, it's going to be really great. Um, it looks like it has a good balance of, again, positive and negative. It looks like it's going to be like, here's a picture of the gilding, so it looks like it's that same kind of really nice cardstock. But yeah, it looks really interesting. So I like the addition of flowers, right? And botanicals and stuff like that. So yeah, this one looks really interesting. I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. Did my chat crash? You guys are either that or you're really quiet all of a sudden. Let's refresh this. Chat, are you there? Yeah, this one looks really good. I'm very excited for this one. Okay, everyone's just quietly watching. All right, good. Everyone's busy drooling. So yeah, go check this one out. You know, like Rockpool, I used to like I'll be the first to admit, guys. I for a long time there, I was a Rockpool hater. I was never impressed by their stuff. I felt like their products were completely lightwashed and that the cardstock was not great, but they have been listening to feedback and they have been adjusting and course correcting and they've been doing a really good job of it. So shout out to Rockpool. You guys are stepping it up and I'm really excited about some of the stuff you guys have been coming up with. Because it's definitely heading into a more balanced, practical, usable thing in my opinion. Like I want an Oracle deck that has negative things because when I turn to do an Oracle reading, usually it's because there's something going on, right? Happy rainbows and butterflies and unicorns are always going to fix that. So, yeah, very, very excited for this one. So, the Akasha Oracle, and I'm very interested to see it's, how it dives into past lives, right? Their past life reading, like tarot and oracle decks, have been missed for me across the board. There has not been one past life deck yet that I've been like, oh, this works. Now this one, you can tell you can use it strictly as just an oracle deck and it will be fine. But on the cover it says unlock the wisdom from previous lives. So I'm very curious to see how that like that past life component plays in the creator's uh words in the guidebook and stuff. So there is that. And then last, but certainly not least on the tarot scale of things, is this new deck from Wiser Books, which caught my eye and attention. This is the Crystal Keys Tarot. This is not something I would normally go for. But it looks really interesting. So the artwork was created using crystals. And so it's like crystal collage, digital collage. And each card has a crystal association with it. Being someone who is a crystal lover and works with crystals, I'm very interested. I don't think this is going to be a deck I will like use regularly. I don't even know if I want to get this, but I'm very intrigued by it. It's like the art is interesting. Like it's different. And I like the way they've like literally used the crystals to create the artwork, right? So, yeah, this one caught my eye and my attention. I definitely want to check this one out. I don't This one I think is going to be one of those ones where I probably wait for some other creator to pick it up and then I will watch their review of it and determine then if it's for me or not. But like my initial reaction to this one was like, "Oh, this looks kind of different and kind of cool." Like there's not really anything else like this on the market. Like I kind of want to check this one out. So um yeah, this one caught my eye. I will be keeping an eye on it for sure. So yeah. So yeah, that, my friends, is the list of all of the upcoming and new releases that have caught my eye or my attention or that I've already gotten my little hands on that I'm really excited about. So yeah, the Daniel Martin Diaz deck. Oh my gosh, you guys. Weiser did do a great job with Terra Emblemata. So that is another good example of um a Kickstarter deck going mass market, and they definitely did a great job on that. There's been quite a few of those recently. I didn't pick up the mass market version of that just because I like Tarot Emblemata. Um I like the art, but it's not a deck that I kind of find myself gravitating towards. I haven't kind of figured out how it fits into my tarot toolbox in terms of like what readings I want to do with it. I tend to pull it out for clarifiers and like in that kind of a situation where I use it like an oracle or like a one card draw. Um but I haven't quite figured out like where it fits in terms of like the kinds of readings that I want to do with it. And I have the Kickstarter, so I haven't picked up the mass market yet. Yep, yeah, we've talked about the Triunfo de la Luna illustrated pips. Yep, looks really cool. I had a feeling that was going to go mass market though. A lot of his um Deviant Moon stuff has gone mass market lately. So yeah. Are there any other decks that you guys are super excited for? Feel free to share them now. Or if you guys have questions for me, now is a great time to ask. Um, for me, it'll be an oracle with additional tarot synchronicities. Interesting. The Grim Tales Tarot. Is that the one that's based on the Grim Fairy Tales? Am I thinking about the right one? Grim Tales Tarot. Grim Tales Tarot. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. This one it has kind of I shared this one a while ago. Let's see here. Where did my window go? Here it is. This one's interesting. I I have decided I'm going to wait for this one to come out until someone else does a review of it. Um, Only because one, I'm worried that it's going to be on really glossy cardstock, and if it's going to be on that, I don't know. But two, it's a little much for me in terms of like the layers of stuff that are going on in the cards, right? Um, I don't know. I need to see more of the cards with this one. I need to see more of the cards. I got my I can't ever say it correctly. Matrona, Matrona, Matrona. There we go. The Matrona tarot. I got my Matrona tarot. It came yesterday, and it's beautiful and gorgeous and everything I could ever want. Um, yeah, very very excited. Oh, you got Benedetti's Levi deck. Ooh. It came really fast. I will say this, Bunny Kisses. So what was it, 3 or 4 days ago? I posted that I had got my shipping notification from her, and then she's sending them all UPS Express, or at least she sent mine UPS Express, and it came really fast. I was shook when it showed up. I was like, "Wait, this just sent from the other side of the world." All right, any other decks or books or anything that anyone wants to share, or any other questions? If not, we're right at about an hour, so we'll get things wrapped up here. Everyone should do deck collection videos. I don't know if I could handle doing an entire deck collection video. I've done a couple like mini collections. I would like to do, I think the next mini collection video I want to tackle when I start rearranging my tarot cabinet is like the big tarot cabinet. I'm still in the process of cleaning out the closet. Um I want to do my Il Meneghello mini collection, and I want to do like my historical deck collection, like the Los Guerrero Anima Antigua. I think that'd be fun. But all right, friends. Well, if you come back and there's something you're super excited for, be sure to, excuse me, share it in the comment section down below. The Veiled Path Oracle on Kickstarter is something that somebody wants me to look at. Veiled Path Oracle on Kickstarter. Oh yeah, I looked at this one. I wasn't a huge, again, it's just I don't know, like not my thing in terms of like aesthetic. It's just a little too much for me. But we can look at it together. Let's see here. Uh the keywords too, like these little like sentences at the bottom, like I just could do without those. Like that's just a little too much for me. Um I loved the backs on this one, but the I don't know, the art just didn't really it just it's just more of the kind of the same kind of stuff, right? Um I don't know. It didn't really like strike me as anything like new in my collection that I would really love. But it's a nice deck. Yeah, just kind of more of the same. Yeah, collage. I think collage is one of those. Collage is one of those really tricky things. Like, it has to be done really well now for me to like um want to support it. And like, Scarab and Delilah is like the or Scarab and Delilah. Scarab and Dahlia is like the pinnacle for me. And so if it doesn't meet those standards, I think at this point I'm not really that interested anymore. And like, text and font is really important to me, and that text and font was just too much. So, but yeah, collage is just one of those. It's collage for me has always been, it's either hit, it's either like out of the park, perfect, or it's a complete miss. There's like there's never a gray area with collage decks with me. It's either like, oh yeah, this is awesome, or oh no. So, all right, friends, let's get things wrapped up. If you guys have any other things you want to share, be sure to come back, drop a comment down below. I really hope that all of you guys are having an amazing weekend. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Share all that usual good YouTubey stuff, as it really does help the channel and the community to grow. As always, we'll do another live stream next Sunday where I share with you all of my recent roundups, which will include that beautiful Matruna deck that we've all been oogling and googling about. I thought about sharing it today, and I was like, no, I have to. I like that's next week's live stream. I almost didn't share the colored version of the Earth Magic Tarot, but I was like, no. Since it's like a new release anyways, and we're talking about it, I decided to share it. But we'll cover it again next time. So be sure to subscribe, all that stuff, so you don't miss that live stream. We'll catch everybody for book club, for study hall, the last Sunday of the month. Also, don't forget the tarot scopes have been posted. So if you are an Intermundus member or higher, you can go check out your monthly tarot scopes. They are all up and ready for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, remember, everyone out there is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So just be kind out there, okay? We'll see you guys back around YouTube. Bye, everybody.